Alright guys, I'm very delayed with this video and I do apologize. I've been flat chat all day doing filming for campaigns for Scream 6 and also The Flash this morning. I've got a little campaign going on with Warner Brothers. Obviously I did my video this morning on trailer number 2 that dropped and also the upcoming screening that happened today at CinemaCon in the United States. It has been a shit show in the best way possible in terms of seeing all these reactions come out. So this video is basically just me going over some of the reactions from each end of the spectrum. I wanted to see the good ones and also people that had mixed feelings about the film. Now I am very fortunate enough to be seeing the film next month, 6 weeks before the initial worldwide release, so I'm very lucky about that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the embargo lift review like everyone's done today, where you kind of just touch on what you liked and just overall if you liked it, but you don't go into detail. I'm going to be going off an article from Digital Spy and we're going to be going over some of the reviews, and so far they're pretty damn good. There are a few people that are really putting it high on a pedestal, saying it's like the best comic book / superhero movie ever. I am definitely still holding out hope, but look, if it is, holy shit, that's incredible. Scott Mendelsohn went on to call it one of the best superhero films of all time, adding, no joke, The Flash is the ultimate movie-going experience as it has a little bit of everything: action, emotion, heart, humor, and plain nostalgia. That's a pretty good one. However, Jeff Snyder said that while the movie is quote-unquote fantastic, the last hour is mostly terrible writing. Just an utter mess that'll leave you asking what the hell is going on. Fan service and DC villain problems strike again. Mixed bag overall. So that is very interesting to see. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted people to be honest. Obviously, they can't go into details and spoilers, but very interesting to take note of that. Jermaines goes on to say, yep, The Flash is as good as rumored. It's Back to the Future meets Spider-Man No Way Home with all the humor and heart of the former and action and surprises of the latter. If anything, it might be a tad too ambitious, but it's also just incredibly satisfying, heartwarming, and fun. Pretty good. Rob Keyes goes on to say, just watch The Flash at CinemaCon. It has some stuff in it you will not believe, and it showcases much more of Barry Allen's powers. It is indeed one of DC's best and fits nicely as a bridge story between the old and new DCEU franchise. It's also the funniest DC movie. Now this particular one comes from Andrew J. Salazar, and he goes on to say, The Flash manages to deliver glorious high thrills. Andy Muschietti captures what many of us have always dreamed of for a cinematic Flash story, but there's also plenty of just bizarre decisions. Some story related and others technical. Not amazing, but still pretty good at times. Again, it's great to see these certain tweets and reactions, because saying it's the greatest superhero movie ever made is a tall order. Don't get me wrong, I loved what I saw in trailer 2 this morning. It has so much going for it. And of course I want it to do well. Before the new chapter starts with the DCU, I definitely want them to go out with a bang, or in this case, a flash. Because before you know it, they'll be going in the flash of a lash. And finally, this one comes from Scott Mendelsohn. The first act is solid. The Curtain Raiser is an all-timer, but the Flash movie gets bogged down in exposition and retroactive origin rehashes, with eventually empty spectacle that aggressively reminds you of the very movie that got Warner Brothers into this mess 10 years ago. Oh boy. So there you go, guys. That is just a taste in terms of the reviews. Well, the very short and subtle reviews, because the embargo is not a full embargo, but people are still allowed to have their opinions on the movie, but obviously not go into spoilers. Now, I have been told of a certain cameo in the film, and I'm just going to say this right here and right now, because you have been warned. Massive, massive potential spoiler alert. There is a potential that there is a cameo by Nicolas Cage's Superman. That's just what I've been told. Again, I am taking it with a grain of salt. No one has said anything about it. Clearly they can't. I do know with this particular screening and my particular screening, this is a director's cut. So that means there are certain bits that are still going to not be included in this cut. In terms of the final cut that is going to be released worldwide in June, there is still going to be bits missing, including the one today from CinemaCon. Take that as you will, but if that is true, holy shit, the memes would be glorious, but I actually would be stoked to see that. Let me know your thoughts. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.